Hey everybody, Chris Eggleston here with GravityRanger.com, and in today's tutorial I've got a special little video for you. This is coming to you because of an inquiry that we had from a Gravity Forms user, somebody who asked how do I use one form on multiple pages as an opt-in for different digital products or different digital downloads. So on each page, they want to have an opt-in form, and they want that form to be used on several pages, but they want it to deliver a different opt-in or a different downloadable file based on the page the user is submitting the form from. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to show you how you can set that up. We're just going to use core Gravity Forms in this tutorial. I'm not going to show any add-ons, although there are some ways to do this with an add-on or two that would potentially simplify the process and might even give you more functionality. So let's go ahead and just take a look at this tutorial where we're going to use the core Gravity Forms functionality. And again, the concept, the idea that we're doing here is we're creating a single form that can be used on multiple pages to deliver multiple downloadable files. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. I've already created a form for this, so I just called it opt-in. And because it's an opt-in form, I only want to collect the person's name and their email address. This is how I'm going to build my list essentially. Now you could do this as a note. You could do this as a paid opt-in as well. So you could charge somebody. So you could add a product and a credit card field to this form, and that would also work. However, in this case, we're just doing this for list building for free downloads. Okay. So the other field we have is this hidden field. Now this is a hidden field which you get from the standard field section here. And this hidden field is very important. I named it page URL because what we're doing here, if we look in the advanced section under default value, I've got the embed URL merge tag here, which you can grab from this merge tag selector. It's right here. Now you could also use one of these two as well, post page title or ID. That actually might make it a little bit easier. Sometimes with the URL that has to be exactly right and it can get messed up. So you might use post ID instead. But again, what this field is going to do, it's going to grab the post ID of the page that this form is embedded on when it is submitted. Okay, so let's say you have a landing page. I'm going to switch that to post ID just so we can see how that works. So I have a landing page where I'm promoting a free downloadable product on how to lose 20 pounds, let's say. Okay, so when somebody goes to that page and they fill out this form from that page, what I'm going to do with this hidden field, Gravity Forms is going to grab that post ID when this form is submitted. Okay, and that becomes important because that is how we're going to identify which downloadable product, which PDF, which ebook, whatever the product is that they're opting in for. That's going to determine what they're going to get. So let's see how we do that. We're going to do that from within confirmations. Now you could technically do this within notifications. Again, as a side note, if you wanted to just email them the downloadable, you could do that as well using notifications with pretty much the same setup. But for this purpose, we are going to use confirmations. Okay, so what I'm going to need is I need this page ID, so I can get that up here. Sorry, you can't see this because it's outside of the recorded window, but when you open up the editor, you can see the post ID in the URL. So this page's ID is 2. Okay, so I'm going to need that. So I've already created one of these confirmations. So let me show you how this works. So this is the confirmation that we're going to use when somebody opts in for that lose 20 pounds ebook. Okay, now as you can see, I also already have my PDF file I'm using a redirect confirmation that's linked directly to my PDF file. This is what it's not actually about 20 pounds, losing 20 pounds. This is just a PDF I had available real quick. So this is the file that once they fill out this form and submit it from the lose 20 pounds page, this is the file that they're going to get. Now, when you use a redirect confirmation, it's completely up to the browser that they're using to determine what happens when that link is triggered. Okay, so if they're using Chrome, for example, and you're using a PDF file, Chrome is going to load that file in the browser. It's not going to trigger a download by default. So the user would then have to click on the download button from the browser in order to download it to the computer. If they're using Safari, for example, Safari will not open the PDF in the browser. It'll just trigger an automatic download. Firefox, I think, will also open it in the browser. Microsoft's whatever they have for a browser, I think, will also automatically trigger a download. Now, if you don't want the file to open up in the browser at all, you could use a zip file. So you would take your PDF file and zip it up, and you could use that instead of a PDF file. That would also trigger an automatic download regardless of the browser they're using. The other thing you can do is use another file type like a doc file, which will also automatically trigger a download because the browser can't open the doc file. So just some notes there. So then the next thing we have to do with this confirmation in order to make sure that it gets triggered based on where the user is submitting it is we've got to set conditional logic based on the page URL hidden field that we set up in the form. And instead of using the page URL, which I have here, we're going to use the page post ID, which in this case is going to be 2. Okay, so I'm going to update that. And then another option you have, again, because you're going to be using this form on multiple landing pages for multiple opt-ins, you're going to have multiple confirmations. So you're going to have to create a confirmation for each opt-in that you're going to be delivering from the different pages. Okay, so I'm going to grab this same URL here, and let's go ahead and create another confirmation. And this time this is going to be gaining 10 pounds of muscle, but instead of using a redirect confirmation, I'm going to go ahead and use a text confirmation. And what I can do instead of with the redirect automatically triggering the file to load or to download, I can put a note here. In the confirmation text. Wish I could spell today. Goodness sakes. Okay, and then I could say, put the title of the book here. And then I'll highlight the title, click on the link, and then I can paste that PDF file right in there. So now when they see this text confirmation, they'll be able to click on this link and it will do the same thing. Okay, so again, it's going to depend on the browser and the file type, but it's going to do the same thing. It's either going to open in the browser or trigger a download. Okay, so doing it this way doesn't change how the browser is going to behave. It just gives you a different option of displaying the download. So then again, I have to enable conditional logic. So I'm going to use that page URL hidden field, and it's named page URL. I'm sorry, this is confusing. I changed it on the fly here. It's named page URL because I was originally going to use the embed URL merge tag, and instead change it to embed post ID. So I thought that would be easier. So, and then on this one, I don't have an ID yet. So I'm going to just go ahead and put 3 and assume that it's going to be on page with the post ID of 3. Okay. Now, we have 2 confirmations, 1 form, 2 different downloadable files, 1 form. So we can go ahead and see how this works by coming to this sample page, which is page 2. And then we can embed this form on this page. Okay, and we'll update that. And we'll go ahead and do view the page. So now, if I do this, and I hit submit, I should get redirected. Okay, so here we go. I got redirected directly to the file. Okay, for that download. So again, it didn't open it in a new window. It just opened it in the same window as the page. But now if you do it this way, the user then has to download the file, okay, by clicking the browser download button. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna go into Pages. Okay, so this page it has post ID 3, and that was the other ID I used. So what I'm going to do is embed this form again on this page. On this page, form, same form. And we'll go ahead and publish it. So then we'll view the page. So here we have the same form, but this time instead of the redirect, this one should trigger the confirmation with the text message, okay? So let's try that again. Click submit, and there it is right there. It's kind of in the middle of the page, so it's hard to see, but that's the text confirmation. Thanks for downloading our new ebook. You can now download your copy here, and if I click on this, it'll open up that same file because I'm using the same file. Ideally, you would use a different file, but I didn't do that. Okay, so that is how you would do that. Okay, so if you want to use one form for multiple opt-ins with different downloadable files, and you're going to control which file is going to be downloaded based on the page that the user's on when they fill out and submit the form, this is how you do it. Hopefully you found that useful. Hopefully it's helpful for you. I know it was helpful for me. That's how we handle on gravityranger.com. That's how we handle the form that we use for the template downloads. Whenever we build a form, we provide and we do a tutorial that includes building forms. We generally provide the templates for those forms so that you can just embed them and work from there and follow along in the tutorial with a pre-built form. So this form, I will go ahead and embed that make that available for download as well with this tutorial, because that might make it easier for you if you can go in and dig through it and just see how things are set up. But hopefully, again, that was helpful, and it'll help you do more with Gravity Forms. So go have a great day, be safe, and build something awesome. We'll see you in the next video.